Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Check 1, 2. I said check 1, check 2, check 1. Check 1, 2, and we are live. We're live.
Carter was the type of first lady the country had never met before. Not just an advisor to her husband, but a political partner in the White House.
I like to know what's going on. Jim has always involved me.
She was the first of the first ladies to sit in on cabinet meetings, as well as briefings from the National Security Council. And she acted as the president's emissary abroad, mostly on visits to Latin America.
My role was more one of a sounding board for Jimmy.
Good morning, everybody. Marcus Conte reporting. That's the former First Lady, Rosalynn Carter, dead at 96. Rosalynn Carter, dead at 96. Oh my! Jimmy Carter, right at her side. What a way to go. 96 long years. Very historical figure in our country, and we'll take a look at that. It's always sad when people die. But you gotta give her credit. She lived 96 years. That's a long time. How's everybody doing, man? You probably planning on living 96 years? God, at 60, I feel like, almost 60. I feel like I don't know if I can make it another 30 years, be honest with you. I don't know. Well, maybe more. I don't know. Maybe it's just preliminary. Maybe 96 is young today, right? By the time I'm 96, it'll be like 106 is normal, right? People are living longer, are they? Some people are living longer. Some people are living shorter. Overall, people are living shorter. But in that scenario, there are breakouts of people living longer. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing to live longer. Is longer better, or is quality better? I have no idea. I don't know. I would imagine if you're miserable, you don't want to live too much longer. But if you're happy, you want to live forever. Right? That's what I see. Right? So we're going to look at this. We'll look at Rosalynn Carter dying, former president of the United States. His wife is dead. Jimmy Carter, I believe, is 99 at the moment. He's probably going to expire any day now, or any month or week now. And also Hamas about to be, I would say Hamas is pretty much dissolved at this point in Gaza. Israel upping the ante, blowing the shit out of Gaza. There's a conspiracy theory rolling around. I'm not echoing it. I'm just merely mentioning it because I don't know. Is there any validity to it? And that conspiracy theory would be that the bombing or the attack on at the rave in Israel. Right? The story falls short. Right? A lot of eyewitnesses said they saw, Hamas soldiers shooting at them, right? And but the conspiracy theory is that Israel did it, and it's a false flag. And the reason they did it was to turn the world against Gaza so they can go in there and annex it, take it basically. And I don't know if I believe that, but we'll look at the story. Susan Sarandon took shit for simply repeating the story. Of course, everybody who disputes any part of Israel's narrative is a anti-Semite and a Jew hater. Without that's the default. You disagree with me, so I'm going to attack you. You disagree with the narrative that we're promoting, and we found out to be true, and fuck you. You hate Jews. Right? This is the kind of vitriol we have today. If we don't agree with it, we attack. What are you talking about? You're an anti-Semite, right? So we'll look at that story too. And so anyway, so this is my thumbnail today. Beautiful people, young, and the 30, I believe Jimmy Carter was 35 or 39. I don't forget what number president he was, but He was, still alive. Still alive. The only living presidents now are Jimmy Carter, young Bush, Bill Clinton, Obama, Trump. There's still a lot of alive presidents, and Biden. That's like 6 of them, right? Carter, Bush, Clinton, Obama, Biden, and Trump. That makes 6. Right? That's 6 living presidents. What a legacy! Right? And, we'll get down to 5 very soon when helicopters were firing on people in their cars, says Justin Falzone. Says the report. I know. I saw it. I saw the report, and I don't know. Nobody was there. Again, this was all fog of war stuff. Does Hamas have an interest in suggesting that Israel did it to themselves? Is Israel capable of killing off, 1,000 fucking young people at a rave? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how much, to what degree are they interested in taking Gaza? It seems like they're doing it now and blowing up everything, hospitals, blowing fucking anything in their way, they're blowing it up. So we'll see. So there's my website, Marcus Conte, every morning at 9 a.m. We're live right here on YouTube, and we're talking about current events, video philosophy. That's all it is, really. What is politics? What is philosophy? What is current events? Right? Can't talk about current events without alluding to politics. And to talk about politics would be to polarize yourself onto one side, voluntarily or involuntarily. If you say anything whatsoever about politics, immediately the apparatus will place you into a little category, and there you must fight your way out of. A lot of people, Susan Sarandon being one of them. Even Elon Musk is under attack. He said something about the Israel, and sure enough, he becomes an anti-Semite in the eyes of the Jew. And so this is what it is. This is where we are right now. People are think that the best way to get to the truth is to attack the other person. Right? I'm going to attack them. I'm going to attack Elon Musk because he said something anti-Jew, and I'm a Jew, and therefore he's against me, and he's against all Jew. Right? That sort of thing, the attack, right? We disagree with something. Something said, we disagree with it. We have an expectation of what should come out, and then when it doesn't, boom, attack. Right? The attack mode, right? So anyway, we'll talk about that story. Let's start here. These are all in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We have a live audience. This is filmed in front of a live audience. Everybody's here today. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. Justin Falzone is in the house. Weevil Girl on the wrench as well. Quinn Smith. I think I saw William in here. William R. Hall, the artist, up there in Syracuse, is here as well. TJ in the house. David Brown. John R. And everybody else who's lurking. Vandaloo, TJ. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I said I have a website. Right? So let's start here. Over there where I used to live in New York, people would walk into a store and steal anything they want, right? Because there's no guns allowed, right, in New York, right? There's no carry. You're not allowed to carry a gun. But not so here in Pennsylvania. Right? Check this story out. You're going to love this, right? PA restaurant owner arrested for shooting teen who tried to steal tip jar. Holy shit, right? Shot the fucking kid, right? Kid's alive. He's alive. He's got 3 bullets in him. 3 bullets. I don't know. You decide. Is this, did he overreact? I don't know. A Pennsylvania restaurant owner was arrested after he allegedly shot a 15-year-old boy who tried to snatch a tip jar from the counter. Mohammed Hamdan, 39, allegedly shot the teenager several times on Friday inside his restaurant, Hook Fish and Chicken. Now, this is a tragedy. It's over there by Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania by Pittsburgh. Police had received a report of shots fired around 10 p.m. Shots fired at 10 p.m. Why is there a 15-year-old boy out getting chicken wings, right, at 10 p.m. by himself. This kid was by himself. Moments later, they received another call from the teen's mother, who said her son had been shot several times. Maybe the mother was outside waiting. I don't know about that. The kid had no intention of getting any wings or any chicken. He just snatched a tip jar and ran out. So why was there a 15-year-old kid out snatching tip jars at 10 p.m. In Pittsburgh? Right? Why wasn't he home under the covers watching cartoons like everybody else? Everybody else's 15-year-old. The boy approached the counter, and Hamdan took his order. Surveillance footage shows the teen then is seen reaching over the counter and grabbing a plastic jar. Grabbing it, he grabbed it. He turned towards the door as Hamdan pulled a handgun from his waistband and allegedly fired at least 3 shots at the teen. I don't know. So what do you think about that? I mean, I think that the store owner may have overreacted just a little bit. Maybe you should chain down the tip jar. Right? Put it where you can't fucking grab it and run with it. All right? How about that idea? Right? Have you ever thought of that? Put it in like cement or in an enclosure that's bolted to the counter or something. I would say I'm going to go with the owner here overreacted a little bit. He shot up a kid. He could have killed a kid, right? Could have fired a couple of bullets over his head, right? Scared the piss out of him, right? But he didn't. He shot the kid, and I don't know. What's the outcome? It looks like it's unclear if the guy who shot the kid will be charged. Hamdan is currently being held in jail pending arraignment. Yeah, so you never know. You never know. What was the kid's name? We'll never find out. We won't see a picture of the thief that stole the tip jar because he's a teen. Is it a little black boy? We'll find out. I don't know. Anyway, so let's jump right in. Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter dead at 96 days after entering hospice with husband Jimmy Carter. Beautiful, beautiful story. They lived to the end of their lives. Jimmy unfortunately got to see his wife die, and not the other way around, where Rosalynn got to see him die. Jimmy's hanging in there. I wouldn't suspect he'd be alive too much longer, though. I'll make a prediction by the end of the year, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I take that back. That's not cool. Predicting someone's death because of their age. I hope he lives to 110, man. Another 10 years for Jimmy Carter. Let's go. Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, the Georgia-born humanitarian champion of mental health and wife of 39th President Jimmy Carter, died on Sunday at age 96. A statement from the Carter Center said Rosalynn died peacefully at home with her family by her side. Rosalynn was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished, said the ex-president Jimmy Carter. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalynn was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. Wow, what a story, right? Till death do us part. Right? People want to tear, young people, they want to tear down the fabric of this country, the institution of marriage, husband and wife. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? This guy was a peanut farmer. He took his wife all the way to the White House. He came back, and they lived a wonderful life together. And historically, Jimmy Carter, history will, in my view, show that he was a great humanitarian. He was very, very, very involved in the Middle East conflicts of the time, Iran especially, the Iran hostage, fucking situation. Right. Reagan ended that. Carter tried to negotiate, and it didn't work out so well. But I would say that Jimmy Carter was the president who killed the least people. If you had to look at all the living presidents right now, I would say Jimmy Carter killed less people than any one of them. Right? So let's watch a video. There's a video. Video, 2 minutes of Rosalynn Carter. Let's go.
Country had never met before. Not just an advisor to her husband, but a political partner in the White House.
I like to know what's going on. Jim has always involved me.
She was the first of the First Ladies to sit in on cabinet meetings, as well as briefings from the National Security Council. And she acted as the president's emissary abroad, mostly on visits to Latin America.
Jimmy Carter put his wife up front. That was what was unique about it. He was really the first president to really not just talk about how important his wife was, but make her important. And then came Hillary, of course.
My role was more one of a sounding board for Jimmy. He could explain the issues to me and in the process think them through.
Born in Plains, Georgia, at age 18 she married Jimmy Carter. The couple had 4 children and ran the Carter family's peanut business. Rosalynn helped Jimmy Carter's campaign to become governor of Georgia and his successful 1976 run for the White House. As First Lady, her top domestic cause was mental health care. She chaired the president's commission to promote better services and to protect those with mental illness from discrimination. She continued that work after leaving the White House and also advocated for better support for America's seniors, taking that battle to Capitol Hill.
We face a national crisis in caregiving, especially for our elderly citizens.
She was a full partner in the activities of the Carter Center, which the couple launched after leaving the White House to promote conflict resolution and advance human rights. She worked alongside her husband with Habitat for Humanity to build homes for the poor.
Betty Ford was my friend.
It's funny, as when they got older, they started to look the same. You know, you always say that, like, what, did he marry his sister? No, when people are together, their faces become the same, right? Their expressions, right? And Rosalynn kind of looks like Jimmy before she died.
In 2011, she paid tribute to another First Lady and her friend, Betty Ford.
My honesty gave hope to others every single day.
The former first couple continued to call Plains home, facing health challenges together in their later years. When the family announced that at age 95, Rosalynn Carter had dementia, it said it hoped sharing the news would increase conversations about mental health, an issue she advocated for much of her long life. Natalie Brandt, CBS News.
It's a great report. Great report. Thank you for that. Mental health, yeah. So she did her part. Right? She did her part. I don't know if it's fair for a 96-year-old to be complaining of mental health. I think brain fog is something that happens to all of us, right? And then there's plenty of reports of people dying who experience incredible lucidity right before they pass, where they know everything and they know everyone. Right? They're very clear, and then boom, they pass. Right? It's not really, I mean, I think statistically, most doctors would say that people die very lucid in those last moments. They snap out of it and are very lucid. But anyway, she's gone. So let's talk about this conspiracy theory. Is it true? Palestine Authority claims Israel fabricated evidence of October 7 to justify its attack on Gaza. Right. So the idea is that the attack on the rave that was on the outskirts of Israel, young people, 1,200 kids got fucking machine gunned, slaughtered at a rave, is that the conspiracy theory is that Israel did it to win support to the international community for its actions in Gaza, right? An excuse. They used it as a false flag, an excuse to go into Gaza and take it completely. I don't know. I don't believe it. I know that. Look, I know both sides are bloodthirsty, self-centered. They want the country for themselves, right? But the idea that Israel would slaughter 12,000 of its own people, 1,200 of its own people, young people at a rave, to justify an attack on Gaza, I just don't. I don't think that that's the way it would go. I think Israel would maybe blow up an empty building or something, blow up a military base of its own. But killing off 1,200 people, I think, is a little extreme to believe. Right? Now, there's reports that, and here we go, the Palestinian Authority circulated a document falsely claiming that a preliminary investigation by the Israeli police revealed that Israel fabricated media material to justify its attack on Gaza. That's what's commonly known as a false flag. You blow something up, you blame your enemy, and then you go in there and you take everything. That's what they do. That's the rules of war. In a statement by its foreign minister, the PA, Palestine Authority, asserted that Israel's helicopters bombed Israeli citizens on October 7 during the Supernova Music Festival. The statement casts doubt on Israel's account of the atrocities on that day and on the visual material documenting the destruction and fires that affected the area near Gaza border, and calls on all media outlets, UN officials, and country leaders to follow up on the review with the Hebrew media that the media published. So do you believe it? The statement comes just a day after U.S. President Joe Biden said that a revitalized Palestinian Authority should rule the Gaza Strip following the war, something Israel has reportedly rejected. So Joe Biden calling for a two-party system after you flatten the one that won the election fairly, Hamas. Have another election, no Hamas on the border, on the ballot. As the United States. And the United States is dictating the election. We're going to have free and fair elections after we kill Hamas. We're going to kill off the ruling power there because we don't like them. And then we'll have the remaining Gaza people that aren't dead or mangled or mutilated vote. And we'll make sure that we get the right outcome this time, not fucking Hamas, right? That's the United States speaking. Right? The United States gonna put their finger on the fucking scale there, boy. Hold on a second. Yeah, we got 8 minutes. I'm watching the marker right now. What was I saying? Okay, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so the statement comes just a day after U.S. President Joe Biden said we're gonna look. This is the outcome. Right? You want the outcome? Israel is going to keep pummeling, and bombing and crushing Gaza and Hamas. And everywhere they look, they're going to find another tunnel and blow up the fucking thing above it and say, you see, they're like rats underground. They're running around underground. We can't even see them. They're in the hospitals. Why not put an escape pod in a hospital? Doesn't that make sense? You've been under a 50-year occupation with a fence around you, and bombs fall all the time. Why wouldn't you build an underground tunnel system to get the fuck out of there if you had to? It makes perfect sense. It's not terrorism. To build tunnels under your own property is not terrorism. Why maybe has it ever occurred to anybody that they put the tunnels under the hospital as an escape pod for perhaps people that are in the hospital? Has that ever occurred to anybody? That you build these tunnels to protect yourself from a vicious, vile, fucking super strong, 10 times stronger army that lives next door, Israel? It makes sense. So believe it or not, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't think that, my view is that I don't think Israel would go to that extreme and kill 1,200 kids to create a false flag. I think that that's something that just happened. And Hamas planned it. They did it. And, it's in response to something else that Israel did to them. And Israel just used it as a reason to finally dismantle Hamas. Right. That's what I think. But that's the theory right there. Susan Sarandon, the great Susan Sarandon, she agrees, or at least reposted something saying such. Actress Susan Sarandon has been slammed online after sharing a post claiming Israel attacked their own civilians on October 7th. Israel and Hariz, that's Israel Media, have now confirmed that an Israel helicopter murdered Israeli civilians on October 7th. Hariz recently published a report that claimed an Israeli police helicopter responding to the music festival massacre accidentally killed civilians, which has been disputed by Israel police. The report has spread like wildfire in the anti-Israel conspiracy community. So it's not necessarily saying that Israel was 100% doing it. It seems like they accidentally killed civilians in response. Once they realized what the fuck was going on, they started shooting people. Right? Something's happening down there. You see, there's dead people and there's tanks rolling, and they started shooting at people, killing civilians. That's possible. That's very possible. That they were too confused, the fog of war, confused. What's going on down there? Let's just shoot it up before we get out of our helicopters. So I don't know. I'm not buying the fact that Israel set the whole thing up. And I don't know. Just, it doesn't... There's another tunnel. I found a tunnel. Released footage of 10-meter shaft under Ali Shafa Hospital. Right. So what? So it's a tunnel that leads to fucking hell, or leads the fuck out of there. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem building a tunnel under your house when people drop bombs on your fucking house. I do not see a problem with that. Here's the great Lee Camp, friend of the program, said this about Israelis who sat on hilltops to watch and cheer bombings on Gaza. Now, this is, he's referring to a clip 9 years ago, but it is interesting. Let's listen to Lee Camp spin it. Give it to us, Lee.
That they are at. This is from 9 years ago in The Guardian. Israelis gather on hillsides to watch and cheer as military drops bombs on Gaza. And many people have been pointing out TikTok videos and Twitter videos, etc., coming from Israelis joking around and celebrating the bombing of children, the killing and murdering of so many across Gaza. It's funny because we were told, right, after 9/11, we were told, oh, they were celebrating 9/11. And yet here you have Israelis celebrating the bombing of children, women, innocent people of all types in Gaza.
It's like a sporting event in Israel. How many? Let's watch, right? They got the binoculars out, bunch of Jews smoking the hookah, right? Hanging out, eating vegetarian food because Israel loves that, right? You eating fucking falafel, and you break out the high power glasses and you watch Gaza get blown to pieces. Man, how much fun is that? Right? It's better than kickball. It's better than watching soccer, I would imagine, for some of these fucking animals. But they're watching, right? They're taking it like a sporting event. Thank you, Lee.
And celebrating the targeting of hospitals, of journalists. Israelis gather on hillsides to watch and cheer as bombs are dropped on Gaza. They get out garden chairs, old car seats and crates, and they sit on a hilltop and watch the bombing and drink and cheer. Really an unbelievable article that shows you that this has been going on for years. This is nothing new for the Israelis.
That's right. It's the mindset of the Israeli people. They just don't fucking like the people next door. They don't like the Palestinians. They don't trust them. Palestinians have given them many reasons not to trust them. They've blown themselves up around other Israelis on buses and trains. No doubt about it. Very, very dangerous place. Very, very extreme violence on both ends. But just because Gaza, it just seems that in this case it's escalating to the point of Palestine being eliminated, blown out of the water, right? Once upon a time, an Israeli teenager blew himself up on a bus and killed two Israelis, and in turn, Israel fucking puts a tank inside Gaza and starts burning, house after house after building, for that action. And then because you burned our house with a tank, Gaza turns around and bombs your fucking house, right? Or kills 1,200 people at a rave. See how it's been going back and forth for so long, and it's a tricky situation. I think Israel has the might and the power to stop it. Palestine does not have that might and power to stop it. Israel can stop the thing right now, and they're not going to do that because they want to totally dismilitarize, depolice the entirety of Gaza. That's what they're going to do. And Zitsu Kuder says, Marcus, you're buying pure propaganda. Get real. What propaganda? What propaganda? I'm not buying any propaganda, but I hear you. Tell me what propaganda I'm buying, and I'll talk about it. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, this is a little propaganda right here for you. Hospital used for military purposes without evidence. They didn't find any evidence of military being used. They found a couple of guns in the hospital to protect itself in a tunnel. That doesn't qualify as military purpose, in my view. So here they are. You want to talk about fucking tragedy? Look at this hospital, right? If this happened in America, you know what the outrage would be? These are babies, right? Little babies that were premature babies that were stuck in the hospital while the bombs were falling. It does, to their credit, it does look like it's still operating, the hospital at this moment. But there they are, little Palestinian babies in incubators, not going to survive. It looks like the hospital is still functioning. There are lights, there are cameras, there are action. There's a certain degree of order, it seems, still. Hey, that baby's a little too white. Maybe it's an Israeli baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But this is what's happening over there. Look at the images. Don't turn your head away. Don't turn your head away. Israel is bombing the babies. They're bombing the babies and saying that the other side is chopping the babies' heads off. Where is this? Where is this evidence, right? I don't think this kid's going to live too long anyway. It's born at the wrong time. I'll translate for you. Fucking Jews, they want to kill all our babies. Crazy times we live in, man. Here's how the American media is spinning it. Fox News, spin it. New video from inside it. Wait, we got to look at the market. Ding, we're open. Holy shit. So what do we got here? What do we got today? It looks like we're up. Oh my God. Holy shit, we're up. Looks like the Dow is up right now. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 24 points. NASDAQ up 41 points, rising right now. Google down 12 cents. Nvidia down $1. Nvidia to report earnings tomorrow. And Apple up $1.50, Amazon up 88 cents, Meta, formerly Facebook, up $2, Microsoft up 5, Tesla down 4. So you've got the big 7, if you will: Google, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, mostly up at the moment, and Rivian up 9 cents, Tilray up a penny. What do we got here? Bitcoin up $696 at the moment. That's a lot. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, the military industrial complex stocks split. Boeing, there's something going on with Boeing. Boeing is selling some shit right now because they're up every day. Boeing has been up quite a bit. Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, these are your military industrial complex stocks, the people that benefit from war. Have been kind of mixed. People that benefit from the holiest of holy vaccine stocks, the vaccine that you need to keep yourself healthy and happy and safe. Mixed. Johnson & Johnson up 20 cents. The other two down 20 cents. So nothing going on there. Looks like we got green. Looks like we're green right now. To be honest, I thought we were going to go down. We're going up. We're going up. We are going up. So let's see. You got there. And two. Oh yeah, we'll be watching this. I'm sorry.
Brand new video from inside the Hamas terror tunnels hidden under Gaza's largest hospital. Jeff Paul is live in southern Israel with more of the video from the IDF. Jeff, this is stunning stuff.
Yeah, and Griff, I can tell you without question, this has been one of the most active nights since we've been out here in southern Israel. And from our vantage point, this war is showing no signs of slowing down. You can still hear those booms of the outgoing artillery that Israeli forces continue to fire into northern Gaza. And that is where the IDF tonight says they have obtained some new CCTV footage from inside the Shifa hospital. Now, Israeli military officials say the video shows two different foreign nationals being forcibly taken to the hospital by Hamas on October 7th. The IDF says this is proof that Hamas was using the Shifa hospital on the day of the terror attack. There were also released new images of a tunnel Israeli forces.
The Fox is fully in the pocket of the Israeli propaganda, the Israeli side of the story, 100%. Right.
Say runs underneath the Shifa hospital complex. There appears to be a deep staircase that leads to the entrance of the tunnel shaft, including a blast-proof door and a firing hole. But the ongoing fighting in and around Al-Shifa...
Look at the condition of the place that they're doing. Look at the tanks, Israeli tanks rolling through the streets of Gaza, blowing stuff up. Look with your own eyes. Open your eyes and see what you're looking at. Right? And you want to blame Gaza for building tunnels?
All but forced the hospital to stop functioning as a medical center. At least 31 premature babies were evacuated today and will be sent to Egypt, according to Palestinian health officials. With resources running low, it's only putting more pressure on a potential hostage deal. While Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called reports of a nearing deal incorrect, Qatari's Prime Minister, who's involved in the negotiations, says only minor challenges remain.
I'm now more confident that we are close enough to reach to a deal that can bring the people safely back to their homes, whether they are the hostages on Hamas side or whatever the exchange.
Yeah, man. So Elon Musk was blasted, bogus allegations of anti-Semitism. Elon Musk. I don't know what he said. He said something. What did Elon Musk say that got him a bogus media story alleging he's claiming it's a bogus story. What did he say? He said the world's richest man found himself in hot water last week after he tweeted that a user was speaking the actual truth in response to a post that claimed, quote, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialect hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Well, yeah, the Jew is now calling everybody in the world an anti-Semite who disagrees with their perspective on Israel, the value of Israel to the Jew. Right? If you disagree with that, then you're an anti-Semite and you hate the Jew. Right? Rather than look at historical facts and figures and the fact that these people have a right to exist as well, side by side. That's what he said. That's what Elon Musk is saying, and I'll let the. So that's all going on abroad, right? Abroad, bombs are falling. Right here, a wonderful president's wife has died, but on the streets of Philadelphia, this is happening right here, man. This fucking.
This block is named.
This is not.
Street.
This is not. This is not Israel. This is Philadelphia, right? Home of the fentanyl overdose, of the trank junkies, right? All right. Before you criticize somebody else, clean up your own house, U.S. Right? Who lives here? Look at the gates, all the doors are all fucking fenced off, fences everywhere. It looks like a school over here. All right. It's like Night of the Living Dead, man. Night of the Living Dead in Philadelphia. It's still not happening. It's still not going away. Kensington area in Philadelphia, and junkies everywhere. Junkie nation.
Give me a hit of that shit, man. Hey, man, excuse me. I see that your arm fell off from the trank that you took. Can you tell me where you got some of that shit? Because I want to get some right now. Yeah, man. This is some good shit.
So trank junkies everywhere, and market is up. Market is up. I hope it comes down. Anyway, so there you go, man. There you go. There you go. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for respectful discourse. I'm tired of calling people names. I was watching some guru online, and he said something that I didn't agree with. And I said to myself, oh, man, I'm going to do a fucking hit piece on this guy, man, because he's a jerk off and he doesn't know what he's talking about, man. I want to stop doing that. I don't want to do that. I just think that let's all coexist. Let's all have a difference of opinion, and if we could stand firm on our opinion. Right? I think that this is bad right here, what we're watching. I think that when public spaces are overrun by people in duress, right? That's what they are. The people in duress. They're fellow citizens of this great nation are in duress. There's something wrong with the nation. There's a sickness. If it's an isolated case, if it's one or two people, that's one thing. But this is beyond that. This is ongoing, 24-hour fucking problem of addiction and stuff. Right? Now, this guy didn't sign up for that shit.
It's like, I didn't sign up for this, man. I wanted to be a doctor.
All right. This woman over here,
I wanted to be a rock star, and I ended up in the street selling my ass for trank and losing my ass to trank.
Mark Scante reporting.